Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. That's right everybody, time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it with some comic book news. Vertigo being canned. Vertigo being canceled, that's a big strong rumor that's making its way across the industry right now. This is in no way true. A lot of people have a lot of different things to say about it. Apparently, internally at DC, it's all up in the air. Nobody really knows, but it seems like right now the plan is to put Vertigo aside and publish more of that type of content, which a lot of mature content is being cracked down on at DC ever since the Bat Dong and the new presidents came in and all that kind of stuff, all the firings, all the layoffs, stuff like that. This seems to be a part of it. A lot of that stuff's now going to be shifted over to DC Black Label, it seems. If Vertigo does go away, it's going to be sad. Vertigo has struggled to maintain its relevancy in recent years, and even when it seemed like it was coming back just a little bit with a reinvigorated Sandman line and then a new line of really interesting books, you had Border Town happen and the whole deal with that. Then you had Second Coming, so it just seems like it's just a lot of false starts for Vertigo. It really does suck though, because Vertigo is the home of books like The Invisibles, Sandman, Preacher, Transmetropolitan, Hellblazer, Swamp Thing, 100 Bullets, Fables, Y the Last Man. Some of the best comic books from the 90s and onward were Vertigo titles. So it's going to be sad to see the imprint go if it does go away. But don't count your chickens yet, because this is just a very strong rumor, but it's strong enough to talk about here. No Compromise, No Mercy. There's a new Marvel team coming. Details are going to be announced apparently on July 11th. We're not there yet, so we have no idea what it's about, but it's going to be a new team of Avengers, maybe, something like that. But the team consists of Blade, Hellstrom, Spectrum, Angela, Wiccan, and Winter Soldier. Really excited to see Blade get some more action. However, I would rather have a Blade series. But let's see what this is about. We'll find out this upcoming week. A new DC Black Label has been announced. Joker Harley, Criminal Insanity is written by Cami Garcia with artwork by Mike Mayhew, Mika Sowead. So this book is going to be a reinterpretation of when Harley met Joker under the DC Black Label line. So Black Label is still there. It's still coming. We got Superman Year 1 coming out. We've got Batman Last Night on Earth, of course. Batman Damn number 3 has been delayed again. We will get that very soon, though, hopefully. Anyway, Joker, Harley, Criminal Insanity. I know a lot of Harley and Joker fans are going to be excited about that. Warren Ellis has announced in his newsletter that Trees, Three Fates is returning in September. Jason Howard's already working on the artwork. A lot of it's already done. Warren Ellis is already done with the entire script. So there you go. Warren Ellis fans, Jason Howard fans, and of course Trees fans. Good sci-fi and comic books. That's what Warren Ellis does. That's returning in September. Let's jump over to movies. Did you see the Wonder Woman 1984 poster? Very colorful. Makes a lot of sense. See comparisons to Ragnarok? That's because Ragnarok had a very 80s cosmic feel. This feels, it's set in the 80s, right? The armor, though, that she's wearing is kind of almost just like the armor that's used in Kingdom Come and other books like that. I really like the poster. I think it's striking. I love the color. I love the imagery. I love that suit. I think it's awesome. I'm excited to check out that movie. Apparently, the trailer's coming out in winter of this year. Swamp Thing's been canceled. After one episode has aired on the DC Universe app, Swamp Thing got canceled. Apparently, what's being blamed is a North Carolina tax accounting error. They thought that they were going to get the majority of their budget for season 1 back, when it turned out that that was in fact not the case. They shortened the season, halted production, and now they have completely canceled the show. However, people over in North Carolina are saying the DC knew exactly what they were getting into, knew exactly how much money they were going to be getting back, and it wasn't near what DC is claiming. This is all up in the air. However, the DC Universe streaming app is being reevaluated right now by Warner Brothers and AT&T or whatever. It seems like Warner Brothers, they want to have their own streaming service to go up against the ultimate juggernaut that's out there looming on the horizon of Disney Plus, having a lot of Warner Brothers content. That could be cool. Maybe they're thinking about bringing DC Universe into that. However, as it's still going, DC Universe is a pretty sweet deal because it's got their entire digital comic book catalog up to a year ago. Real fun stuff. So definitely check it out while it's still there. Speaking of canceled shows, Happy and Deadly Class both canceled by Sci-Fi. That sucks to see a show that's based on a comic book, especially an independent comic book, a Grant Morrison comic book, a Rick Remender comic book. Wes Craig, of course, Derek Robertson are the artists on those books. So it's sad to see them go. But for instance, I still haven't, as much of a Morrison head as I am, I still haven't seen Happy. I didn't watch Deadly Class. Maybe that's the reason. It just, even amongst a big fan like me, I just couldn't find the time, didn't really have the energy. And it's hard to figure out where am I supposed to, I mean, obviously they're on Sci-Fi Channel. Obviously. Anyway, I still wanted to check them out, but I never really got around to it. But they're being canceled, so that kind of sucks. Speaking of TV shows not being canceled, though, there's a rumor that Blade is being eyed for a TV show on Hulu. We already know that we're getting the Hellstrom series over there. We're getting the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider series. They got Runaways already. Yeah, let's do Blade. I've always thought Blade would make an excellent TV show, and it'd even be better than the one that Sticky Fingers was in, right? Absolutely. Especially now with the MCU, Marvel's just whole slate, how they're telling their stories, how they're casting, how they're writing those stories. I'm down for it. I want Blade back, and I would love to see a TV series on something like Hulu. The new Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark trailer was out, produced by Guillermo del Toro. This movie looks awesome. I love how they incorporate the idea of the book being in there. It's kind of goosebumpsy. Just a little bit if you watched that movie with Jack Black, which I did like that movie too. So a book from my childhood that I really, really liked, very spooky. I'm very, very, very excited to see the movie because the trailer is awesome. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that you do. So what's coming up here at PCP this week? Weekly comic book review. Of course, tonight we got the live stream. That's right, Robbie Rants live tonight, 7 o'clock U.S. Central Time. So be here for that. We're going to be talking about lots of fun stuff. I will also be giving away very, very soon a Category 0 #1 signed by the writer and co-creator Adam Kamel. Very excited for that. Jump on over to Facebook. Find the PCP Army, the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. There you can join there, and that's where I'm going to be making the announcement very soon, in fact, today, about how to enter to win Category #1 signed by the writer. So thank you guys so much. There will not be a weekly pop culture wrap up next week. I'm going to Heroes Con this week. Very excited for that. Lots of cool creators going to be there. I'm very excited to meet some people, talk to some people, get some books signed, and buy some cool toys from the 90s. That's what I'm looking for. I'm excited. Thanks for watching the video. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and check us out at popculturephilosophers.com for podcasts and a whole lot more, because we got a brand new podcast coming out this week as well, all about X-Men. Speaking of which, X-Men Dark Phoenix is out. You should check out our movie review. It's already out. Anyway, thanks for rocking with us. Keep on living, keep on reading, keep on dreaming, keep on being.